March is Women's History Month. It's a time we set aside to honor women's contributions in science, business, sports, social movements, and so many other fields. For centuries in America, women's contributions in these fields were often overlooked. As a result, they were omitted from history. That's why we celebrate Women's History Month and the opportunity it gives us all to get a more complete picture of our American history. It's important that we use times like this to teach new generations about those women we all know, like Rosa Parks, whose refusal to surrender her seat to a white passenger on a bus helped launch the effort to end racial segregation in America. Like Susan B. Anthony, an abolitionist who became one of the leading figures in the movement to gain the right to vote for women. And like Claire Booth Luce, the first American woman appointed to a major ambassador post. This month also gives us an opportunity to learn about those women whose names we don't know as well. Like Alice Ball, an African-American chemist who in the early 20th century developed the first successful treatment for leprosy, a debilitating disease that once left its victims ostracized from society. And like journalist Nellie Bly, who posed as a mental patient in 1887 to go undercover in a women's mental asylum in New York City to expose the terrible conditions patients were subjected to. Her report led to lasting institutional reforms in mental health care. And like chemist Stephanie Kwolek, who in 1965 created a lightweight and durable new fiber that later became Kevlar, which is used to create bulletproof vests and helmets that protect the lives of our law enforcement and military. Women have invented new medicines, fought as heroes on our battlefields, and enforced the laws in our communities. They led in the effort to end slavery. They have created businesses and built hospitals, and they fought to secure their own right to vote. Women have played pivotal roles in building this country. The United States wouldn't be the economic superpower and the world's beacon of liberty without their contributions. On the home front, on the war front, and in the workplace, women have served and shaped our great nation. That's why Women's History Month is such an important opportunity for us to pause and honor their profound contributions. As we recognize them, let's also honor the everyday women who make our families, communities, economy, military, and nation so strong.
Good evening. Welcome to our regularly scheduled board meeting, March 21st, 2022. At this time, we will turn to our moment of inspiration from Ms. Laura McCray.
Tonight, I would like to share a quote by Kurt Vonnegut. It says, "Practice any art, music, singing, dancing, acting, drawing, painting, sculpting, poetry, fiction, essays, reportage, no matter how well or badly, not to get money and fame, but to experience becoming, to find out what's inside you, to make your soul grow." I like that, to make your soul grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCray. Next, we will have our pledge of allegiance to the flag, Winton Arts Academy. Hey, boys and girls, come on down the front.
Hello, my name is Anessa Alexander. I'm in the 5th grade and I attend Winton Arts Academy. Would you please stand and pledge allegiance to the flag? To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The character word for March is forgiveness. We asked some kindergartners what forgiveness means.
Showing kindness and saying noun word.
It means saying sorry.
We say nice things to people.
When you apologize.
Forgiveness makes people happy.
Forgive because we all love each other.
They're going to perform. They have 2 numbers that they're going to perform. So
Just stand right there. Just stand right there. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name's Anessa Alexander. I'm in the 5th grade, and I'm proud to go to Rainey McCullers for middle school.
Hi, I am Scarlett Reynolds, and I'm in the 5th grade. I am excited to go to Arnold next year.
My name is Jordan Perry. I'm in the 5th grade, and I'm excited to go to Rainey McCullers next year.
My name is Manny Alvarado, and I'm in the 5th grade, and I'm excited to go to Fort Middle School.
My name is Joshua Williams, and I'm in the 5th grade, and I'm excited to go to Rainey McCullers next year.
My name is Nehemiah Morgan, and I'm in the 5th grade, and I'm very excited to go to Baker.
My name is Trent Alexander, and I am in the 5th grade. I am very proud to be saying that I am going to Richards next year.
Hi, I'm Jamar Green, and I'll be very excited to go to Richards next year.
That is outstanding. We are extremely proud of you. We miss y'all. Thank you so much for coming and showing us your talents. And I know we have the principal, Ms. Mumpower, and Ms. Shari Perry, and the assistant principal, Mr. Powell, or Powell now. Thank you so much. And parents, if you would wave or stand. Thank you so much for bringing your children and trusting us with them. Up next, we have a motion to approve the agenda. However, I would like to make an amendment to the agenda we got some more? Okay, in 1 second. Item 6.03 is in the consent agenda for our budget parameters, to add 2 items to expand our budget to support school resource officers at all middle and high schools, so that we will have someone in place. And 2, to expand the budget to develop internal executive leadership training or coaching that is beyond teaching and learning.
I'll move approval of the amendment to item 6.03 budget parameters.
All right, that's a motion and a second. Any discussion, any questions? That's a hand vote. Yes, to the budget parameters. All in favor, hand vote, please. All right, that passes. Approve the agenda. Second by Ms. Chambers. All in favor, hand vote. That passes. Thank you. Now we will move on to recognizing the visitors. You know, you see that sea of green. You know, we're getting ready to go into the mighty, mighty green waves. Green Wave Nation. Congratulations, fellas.
Good evening. Please join me in congratulating the 2022 GHSA 4A state champions, Spencer High School boys basketball team. For the first time in Spencer High School's history, the boys basketball team won a state championship on March 9, 2022 at the Macon Coliseum. The boys basketball team defeated Westover High School 62-42 in the GHSA 4A state title game. This is also the first championship title in any sport for the school since 1973. Go Green Wave. Team roster: Antonio Cochran, Kyrie Dees, Jalen Drake, Dre Duncan, Gary Gaither, Jonathan Holmes, Tyson McDaniels, Ryan Mobley, Tony Montgomery, Vishawn Moody, Keyshawn Sampton, Wydarius Scott, Randall Dixon, Jamie Jackson. Coach roster: Quantavious Allen, head coach. He's unable to be here today. Eric Allen, Douglas Cromartie, Corey Dees, and Anthony Saints. Congratulations also goes to Dr. Freeman, Dr. Cook, assistant principal, Dr. Freeman, principal, and Miss Patterson, assistant principal. Did you want to say anything?
As well as the Green Wave Nation. The Spencer Alumni Association, we really appreciate all the support that you've given the young men. And guys, we really, really are proud of you. Chest poked out like for miles and for days of the way you represent the Muscogee County School District, the way you represent William Spencer High School, and the way you represent yourselves and your family. So thank you for all that you do.
So I want to, as a Spencer alumni, I feel I have to reiterate what our chair said, but I want to emphasize it because team, coaches, principal, these gentlemen dominated on the courts, man. They were awesome. They dominated almost every single game, almost every single minute of each game. But off the court, they represented us so well. I was so proud of them. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Also, I heard you fellas made a promise to your principal, Dr. Freeman, and we really appreciate you keeping that promise because we were all dragging around with sad faces. So thank you so much for all that you do. The promise was to win the championship. If there are any parents, I know when they get to high school, they tend to travel without their parents, but if the parents are out there, if you would please wave, stand. I see the shirts over here on. Thank you so much, parents, for entrusting your students with us and for your continued support.
That concludes my recognitions. I yield to Ms. Aiken Jackson to present to ABCD Award.
Thank you, fellas. Ms. Akers Jackson, just give me one more second. The champions came out in the midst of me recognizing visitors, and I do want to continue to do that. Also celebrating with the Greenways, we have school board member from Harris County, Ms. Monica Sparks. Thank you for joining us. We have our Mary Ann Rickner from our museum, Alan Harkness from our library. Any principals, please raise your hand. Any leadership teams from the schools, thank you so much for all that you do and joining us tonight. And I know we're trying to figure out these dapper gentlemen over here in the blue. They are the men from Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. So thank you so much for joining us. Ms. Jackson, thank you.
Good evening. I don't know how to follow that. I'm just excited to be a proud East Region Coordinator / partner for Spencer High School, so I'm a Spencer Green Wave too. All right, so I have the honor and pleasure of announcing our March Above and Beyond the Call of Duty Award. Ms. Denise D'Amato, who is a kindergarten paraprofessional at The Key Elementary School. Mrs. D'Amato, affectionately known by her students and peers as Mrs. D, has been a member of the Muscogee County School District since 1999. She has spent her entire career at Key Elementary School as a kindergarten para. She is a true champion for the Key School community, which is why she was nominated for this prestigious award by her principal, Dr. Jacqueline Flakes. According to Dr. Flakes, Ms. D'Amato is dedicated to serving the Key Elementary School community. She is the first person you see when you come into the school and the last you see as you go home. Employees love Ms. D'Amato. She is always helping to provide creative and innovative lessons, gauging each student's level of understanding through assessments and working with students on preparing activities in the classroom. If you didn't think she could get any higher, Mrs. D never allows a student in her class to go without something they need, providing items to support classroom initiatives and activities and covering classes due to the increase in absences due to, unfortunately, COVID-19. She has true school spirit, so don't be surprised if you find her dressed up one day as a dragon or the Grinch. Mrs. D truly goes above and beyond the call of duty. She is always smiling and always lending a helping hand. She is simply one of the best. Therefore, it gives Dr. Flakes great enthusiasm to submit her as your March 2022 Above and Beyond the Call of Duty Award winner, Ms. D'Amato.
Congratulations, Ms. D, if you would have a word.
Thank you. I just wrote a little something.
Yes, ma'am. Sure day.
First, I'd like to thank God every day for letting me come to my second family at Key. Every day for the past 23 years. I'd like to thank my husband and kids for all their support. Me going home and telling them one of my babies needs something, or telling them any kid at Key needs something. They always come through for me. It is also a privilege and an honor to work for Dr. Flakes and the amazing staff at Key. I am truly blessed. As I look back on the past 23 years at Key, I feel God placed me where I needed to be placed. I have walked the halls, the classrooms, always trying to do what is best for the students, faculty, or parents that we serve. Yesterday I sat and I calculated in 23 years, I have walked 540 million steps in the hallways of Key. To me, this is not a job, it is my mission for me to serve and help every student that works through our doors with dignity and respect. I am humble and grateful that you have chosen me to receive this award. I am here for all the parents that serve this great county. This award is for all of us. Thank you again for choosing me as the recipient of the ABC Award for the 2021-2022 school year.
Thank you, Mrs. D.
Thank you. That concludes the ABCD award. Have a great evening.
Our next agenda item, we do not have any requests for the public agenda. We'll move into our action agenda. 5.01 is the appointment of principal at Dorothy Height Elementary School. Motion by Ms. Williams, second by Ms. Chambers. The superintendent is recommending the appointment of Meredith Adams to serve as the principal. Are there any questions? We are ready to vote. All right, congratulations, Ms. Adams. Congratulations. It's on.
Great. Good evening, Dr. Lewis, board members, Mr. Bell, region chiefs, cabinet members. I am honored to get to continue to serve at Dorothy Height Elementary. I've been there for 4 years. I believe it's been about 4 years since I stood here at this podium to go as the assistant principal. I will say that Dr. Sheffield is leaving some big shoes to fill, but I am extremely thankful he is going to be across the street at Baker. We've already had conversations about continuing our work together. We make a great team, and continuing to serve our students in that community in the same capacity that we do at Dorothy Height Elementary. So I'm just thrilled to get to continue to serve the students and the faculty and the families in our community at Dorothy Height. I would like to thank my parents. They're not here tonight, but my family, my husband, my children are here. And there are... Wave. Yeah. They support me wholeheartedly, and it takes a lot of support to do what we do. They're fabulous. They're very excited for this opportunity. Also, there are some colleagues from the school district here to support me, and I'm very thankful for them. Some staff members from the school showed up that I was not expecting tonight. So it means a lot to continue my work in leadership, which I have told Dr. Lewis. I consider it to be a privilege to be a leader in Muscogee County School District. And I hope that we continue to do the great things at Dorothy Height that Dr. Sheffield and I have been able to do in the last 4 years. Thank you.
Congratulations again. Item 5.02. Superintendent is recommending the appointment of Mr. Antron Murray to serve as principal. Motion by Ms. Jackson, second by Mr. Cantrell, recommending the approval to serve as principal of Double Churches Elementary School. We're ready. Are there any questions? We're ready to vote now. Congratulations, Mr. Murray.
Good evening, Madam Chair. Thank you for the votes from the board. I would like to thank Dr. Lewis for the recommendation and his cabinet for entrusting me with this opportunity to assume the principal of Double Churches Elementary School. I give all honor to God for this opportunity. I want to thank my wife and kids who are here. If you wave your hand. And they have always been supportive in everything that I do. I'm grateful for my parents. I wish my dad was here, but I wasn't gonna do this. But my mom is here. Wave your hand, Mama. I'm grateful for them being obedient to God by training me when I was a child. So over the last 6 years, I've learned a lot as an assistant principal. It started at Hannah Madden Academy under Ms. Lisa Whitaker's leadership, and continued at my last 2 stops, Arnold Madden Academy led by Ms. Stacy Day and Baker Middle School led by Ms. Ramona Horn. The unique experiences has made me a better leader. Special thanks to Dr. Alonzo James. Please raise your hand, sir. Mr. Kevin Scott, please raise your hand. You already know these 2 gentlemen, Mr. Matthew Bell, and last but not least, Mr. Terry Baker, who has encouraged me along the way. I really appreciate the countless times I get to call, and you all do answer, so I appreciate that. I'm truly thankful God for placing you in my life. I'm excited to join a new family at DCES as we will continue learning to live, living to learn, to ensure each student is inspired and equipped to achieve unlimited potential. Madam Chair, if it pleases you, I do have a couple of special recognitions. So I'm a product from Muscogee County School District. I went to Dawson Elementary, Rothschild Middle School, and Kendrick High School. And so I thought it would be unique to have some stakeholders here that watch me grow. And they're the reason why I lead the way I lead, the whole person, and I teach the way I teach the whole child. Checking in even those that have graduated from this county and moved on to college. So if I want to start off first with Dr. Burma Williams, if you please stand. She was and I'm going in a different order, but she was my 5th grade teacher. Miss Oline Baltman, my 4th grade teacher, if she would stand at Dawson Elementary. So I reached out to 2 teachers at Rothschild, and both under the weather. One had total knee replacement surgery, so they weren't able to make it. But I have 2 high school teachers. And it's crazy because you lose contact. Well, not really lose contact. You just grow up, but then they check right on you. So Mr. James Special and Ms. Rhonda Lloyd. So I have 2 big cheerleaders here with me, other than my family now. I'm just talking about the village right now. Captain Consuela Askew, thank you so much, ma'am. The cameraman, Councilman Bruce Huss. And I want to recognize my extended family, my blue and white family. Every gentleman on that wall that's standing, stand up, Mr. May, please. Mr. Scott, don't worry, it's not gonna rub off on you. Dr. Wiggins and Mr. Scott, I want to let you know that I have made the best choice with these brothers. We are in at least about 17 elementary schools. We partner with the Men's Act This Way, and about 3 or 4 middle schools where we do the Project Feed, when we bring the snack bags and the commodity bags to the schools each month. So I'm very, very proud to be part of Muscogee County School District. I'm proud of being a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and I love everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations again, and thank you to the village. 5.03. Superintendent is recommending the appointment of Mr. Godfrey Jackson to serve as Principal of Transportation. I'm sorry, as Director of Transportation. That was motion, Director of Transportation. Motion by Mr. Cantrell, second by Ms. Chambers. Are there any questions? We are ready to vote now. All right, that passes. Congratulations, Mr. Jackson. Congratulations, sir.
Top of the
Welcome
evening to everybody.
Columbus.
Madam Chair, Dr. Smith, School Board, it truly is a pleasure to be here. I tell you what, the pollen is real and the heat's real. It's a little different here. But I tell you what, I thank Muscogee County School District. I am truly excited and humbled by this opportunity. I really am. I'm really ready and prepared to service the students in this school district. I'm super excited to get to know all my team members in transportation so we can work side by side together and be organizationally efficient. Also, my beautiful fiance is here with me, Adrian, in support. And I tell you, this is so humbling to me. I wish my mom and dad were here to see this moment. I just lost my mom last January 29th, which is still hard for me. But this is just an outstanding opportunity for me and a great moment in my journey, in my life. I've always been such a hard worker and dedicated and committed. And to get to this point and be able to extend my knowledge of over 28 years of transportation experience to others, to support them and help them grow, I'm truly excited about the opportunity. Thank you.
Congratulations. Welcome to Georgia. Welcome to Muscogee County.
As far as the heat, you haven't seen anything yet.
5.04. Superintendent is recommending a proposal to pilot Hard to Feel schools initiative. All right, so that was motion by Ms. Jackson, second by Ms. Williams. Any additional questions? Do you want to add anything, Ms. Castillo or Dr. Lewis? No? You got the microphone? Ms. McCray has a question. Right?
I know I've expressed a lot of questions. I'm very much for the program. I've had questions about the criteria for the 3 schools that were chosen for the pilot, and honestly, every time I asked, I was given a different answer. But since I don't have a middle school in my district and I won't have to defend it or explain it to anybody, I will defer to everybody else that if they feel good about it, we'll move forward.
The question was about the criteria. Hit your mic, ma'am. Hit the.
The criteria was sent over this afternoon for everybody to review. As mentioned in the board retreat, we were charged by the board to support the hard-to-fill schools. The schools that we selected in order to remove any potential bias was defined by the state, the Georgia School Improvement Plan. The schools that we had listed are schools that are already listed as TSI, CSI, or Promise schools. In addition, we included Eddie because of the extensive support that they needed this school year based off of the environmental impacts. Additionally, this is a pilot initiative where we hope to extend it over to the overall district. In order for us to collect data effectively, we wanted to be able to use a data resource group and provide focus groups and surveys to be able to implement something district-wide. But again, as mentioned, the data was sent over to everyone a few minutes before the board meeting because we had to collect the middle school information you requested that wasn't a part of the the initial data collection point. We only used the schools that were identified by Georgia State. So the additional middle schools that you requested were something to add on to the original data points.
Thank you so very much. Are we ready to vote now? Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis. I want to say the information and the presentations about the criteria for the hard-to-fill schools it was thoroughly thought out. And we certainly have a lot of schools with vacancies. And I know you had already indicated that we're going to be working on those in the past. But I would like to commend the staff for all that hard work that was done. It was very well thought out. And we appreciate all the work that was done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You should be ready to vote on your screens. All right, that passes. Moving on to 5.05. Superintendent is also proposing a stipend for the schools exiting the state identification status. Motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Mr. Cantrell. Are there any questions? We're ready to vote now. We do. Well, we probably should. I'll do it at the end. Should be. The motion passes. 5.06, Superintendent is proposing a relocation stipend to aid in our recruitment effort. Motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Ms. Jackson. Are there any questions? We're ready to vote now. That passes. 5.07. Ms. Buckner is making a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for tuition assistance program that will be available to all employees. And I heard a second. Ms. Williams. Are there any questions?
Comment. The ABC award winner tonight, I was thinking as she was reading, would be a very good candidate for this tuition assistance.
Absolutely. Oh.
I do know we're outsourcing it to a third party for the next 2 years. I guess we're going to work maybe in a way that we can bring that eventually in-house to not incur the expense of administration, or is that an ongoing expense we think we'll have with the program?
Yeah. There you go.
Absolutely. The plan is to be able to see what the platform requires in order for us to be able to potentially outsource it within a current platform that we have, which is Qualtrics.
Okay, thank you.
We're ready to vote now. Here it is. That passes. Moving on to 5.08. Superintendent is proposing a recruitment bonus. Motion by Mr. Cantrell, second. By Kathy Williams. Are there any questions?
The only thing, Madam Chair, I'd like to, for consistency, term this a stipend rather than a bonus so it's consistent with the others. Just that one wording change. If we can make that reflective in the...
Make that reflective in the minutes. 5.08 is the proposed recruitment stipend. That has been motioned and second, and we're ready to vote now. Okay, look, hold on. Kia's on, Dr. Lewis is on.
Just a reminder, as we stated last week, all of these stipends will be paid through our ESSER funds for the length of the availability of those funds. And then we'll reassess those as we go forward in terms of sustainability if they prove to be as successful as we hope they might.
Absolutely.
Ms. Chambers?
My question is about the ESSER funds. I know that between 5.04 and 5.08, we've spent about close to $3 million on those very important programs. But do we have a separate budget for ESSER funds, and could the board receive some type of update on how much we received and then how much we've spent? Will we get that periodically?
Financial statements.
So I guess my question is it going to be separate? Is because that's coming, I'm assuming, federal funds, will that be separate from what we already receive out of the, like, general budget and things of that nature?
At the board retreat, the information that I presented at that point, those items were included in that amount. It was one of the line items that was referenced at the board retreat. And yes, we will be bringing regular updates to the board on where we are with all of that.
Ms. Butler?
Yeah, I want to, and we've discussed these, and I think we discussed it, I think, maybe a lot on last week. But I want to make sure, just to be compared, to make sure people knew how much attention we were giving to have our classrooms filled with actual teachers. And for items from 504 all the way down to 508, we were, they all dealt with retention and recruitment for our classroom, for teachers, and even for the stipends, how to arrange for our own teachers, and even to, for the hard-filled classrooms, we're trying to make sure we have teachers in the classroom, give us some kind of incentives there, because we all know that how the importance of a teacher in a classroom, what affects students' performance. Most of all is a classroom teacher, which is why all of those, the evaluations, all of that is under the assumption that a classroom teacher is the most effective way for classroom performance of students.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Did that one pop up? Okay, thank you.
Thank you all.
5.09 is the exemplary board status application in our efforts to hold ourselves accountable. Motion by Ms. Jackson, second by Ms. Tillery. Any questions? We'll vote now. We're ready to vote now. Is it me? Y'all, is it showing up for y'all? All right. 5.10 is the appointment of the Georgia School Board Association 2022 delegate appointments for Ms. Naomi Buckner as the delegate and Ms. Kia Chambers as the alternate. Motion by Ms. Jackson, second by Ms. Tillery. We're ready to vote now. All right, that motion passes. Next item, 511, is the resolution construction projects. Motion by Ms. Jackson, second by Ms. Buckner. Are there any questions? We're ready to vote now. All right, that item passes. And the last action item agenda is 512.12 is the Winton Capital Outlay Project Resolution.
Make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Cantrell, second by Ms. Chambers. Are there any questions? Ms. Chambers?
And more of a clarification. I know that we have to do the resolutions, but can someone explain to me why we're withdrawing from 2018?
Because of material delays, we can't meet the time frame that the state requires it to be completed, so this is more of a procedural thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Odom.
Okay.
Mr. Odom.
Ward Odom, Senior Director of Plant Service Center and Director of Construction. We have to withdraw. The material was not going to receive in time, so we're going to actually have to withdraw. It's been for reimbursement purposes. We're going to reapply in August of this year, which would have been 22, and then move right back onto it. So it's just a timing issue on the application and for the money to come back.
To excuse Dr. Sly after.
Got a question?
To excuse Dr. Sly after.
That would have been in FY of 18, yes.
Okay, and they give us 5 years or so
That
to?
is correct, 5 years.
Okay, 5-year plan, and we did not get the roof replaced?
That is, we had it a plan to place, but because of material delays and it come towards the end, we were not going to be able to receive the material in time, which pushed us past the deadline, which is why we reapplied. We don't want to lose the money from the state.
I was going to say, more importantly, we want to be reimbursed.
Now, do we get more money? Because I'm sure it
But
costs more.
we will not get more money, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna cost us more to replace it with, materials going up so much, but
Absolutely.
I understand that, timelines are critical. So thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Buckner? Did we vote on that yet?
No, not yet.
All right, we're ready to vote. Hold on, Ms. Buckner.
Okay.
That motion passes. Ms. Buckner?
I'd like to offer motion to excuse Dr. Sly from tonight's meeting.
Motion by Ms. Buckner, second by Ms. Williams. All in favor, raise your hand. Dr. Sly is excused. He was trying to make it here, but he had something to come up. And then next is our consent agenda. Motion by Ms. Williams, second by everybody. Just pick a board member. I think I heard Ms. Jackson. Since we had so many seconds, clearly there are no questions. Are there any questions? We're ready to go? Okay. All right, we're ready to vote. Ms. Buckner normally would have a disclaimer about our consent agenda. And Ms. Williams would thank all of the community partners for their generosity and donations.
And I've kind of done it with the explanation of all the ways that we did for retention and recruitment, and all of the other items we discussed last week also.
Thank you so very much. That item passes. And do you want to make any kind of announcements? You want to have any updates, Dr. Lewis?
Just simply want to congratulate the Columbus Space Program. They competed in the robotics competition that I mentioned last week, and I think it was it 29 teams, 28 teams, something like that? 25 teams. They ended up first in the first competition, so congratulations to them. And all of our, congratulations to all our band, orchestra, and chorus students who participated in the LGPE last week. We had that going on at various venues around the city all week last week, and very proud of our ensembles, many of whom distinguished themselves very well in their performance areas. So at the risk of not mentioning all of them, I won't mention anyone by name, but they are all tremendous, and they've all done a great job, and I appreciate the work that their directors and all the students have done. So
Yeah, it was some of the, I've got to watch a couple. It was excellent. Too bad we didn't record it, so all the board members, we can enjoy all of the schools. I do want to say we have spring break next week.
Not next week,
Week
week
after?
after. Week after, yep. So we do want to be safe during that time period for sure.
Okay. All right, we do need to go have a vote to go into executive session for a legal matter by Ms. Williams, second by Ms. Chambers. All in favor? All right, we are in executive session. Thank you so very much. Like pushing on off, on off. So if you pushed it on and then turned it off and I missed it,